Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the SeanDavieWay Show. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in and tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content. Today, I bring you another surviving on Megan Thee Stallion. I feel that this surviving is necessary because we're not here to bash Megan. We're not here to say, oh, you're a liar. You just lie, blah, blah, blah. We're not here for that. We're just here to talk about the facts because there are a lack of them in this case since this whole situation happened between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. The reason for this surviving is there are new developments that have happened in this case, and I feel that it's only fair to say both sides, not to try to defend anyone or try to persecute anyone. It's just more so of just to put the information out there because people have been extremely confused about the situation. A brief synopsis is back in 2020, Megan Thee Stallion, her friend at the time, Kelsey Nicole, Tory Lanez, and Dewan, which was a bodyguard, left a party from Kylie Jenner's house, and on the way back to where Megan Thee Stallion was staying at the time, which Tory was also going and Kelsey was also going to as well, there was incidents that happened along the way to later on it was finally revealed that allegedly Tory Lanez had wounded Megan Thee Stallion in both of her feet during an altercation, drunk and other things on the way home. Again, hotties stand down. This video is in no way, shape, or form to attack Megan Thee Stallion, to make her feel anything other than what she said and the information that has been put out here. Again, the new developments in this case are groundbreaking, if you ask me. So I felt it needed to talk about. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, shout out to Tory Lanez, shout out to Kelsey Nicole, and shout out to everybody watching this video. Again, I have no dog in the fight. The fight as of now is over, besides Tory still trying to gain freedom. So again, I'm just here to show you what I see and explain to you based off what I see. This is what I think. We will start off by drifting into the past. I think it's important to take a look at things that you've seen before so you can go back to where your mental state was at that time or your opinion at that time, if it changed and or if it's still the same. With the new details that have come forward, it's only right to compare and contrast the things that were out there prior and the things that are out there now, the things people said then and what people are saying now. So without holding you, let's jump right into surviving Megan Thee Stallion.
Like, I'm so over this shit. And y'all gotta know, I am the nicest, the most calm, just cool ass woman. Like, I don't be fucking with nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody. But y'all motherfuckers really dragging it. Like, I tried to just be cool, stay out the way, because at the end of the day, I'm really a real bitch. Like, I'm from Houston. I'm from the motherfucking South Side. It ain't like oh, let me go run and tell my business to the motherfucking internet. Let me go run and tell my business to the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. Like, but I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs.
Side note, so this is the first time that Megan actually comes forward and says that Tory Lanez is the one that wounded her. I have no issue with how she did it again. I think everybody would have appreciated if Megan would have just said that from the beginning, but she decided to twist and weave and turn all of the stories into this and new narratives. It was glass and it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. That was all Megan. So she can't blame anybody for that energy besides herself. She can't blame anybody stating that she is not a truth teller and that she is a liar and that she lied about things but herself, because that is a lie. If you told the police originally and the people at the hospital that it was glass in your feet, then you decided to say that. Nobody made you say it. Nobody told you to say it. It was your idea. And you said that. So with you having to change your energy, again, it still makes it your fault. What confused me in this live is that she's stating that y'all not about to keep playing with me, which she was speaking to the internet. And then she also said this Inna not about to keep playing with me, which she was referring to Tory Lanez. At that point in time, Tory had been radio silent. Like, he hadn't said anything to anyone, nor did he continuously like go live about it or write statements or put things up on Twitter and say, you know, I didn't do this or that. He didn't say anything. He was just completely quiet. So I was confused when she was saying, I'm not about to keep letting him play with me. Well, how is he playing with you? Where is he playing with you at? Megan had to change that energy because she switched it from Tory to Tory's people. Tory's PR and all of that. They're out here spinning stories and giving it to blogs and blah, blah, blah. What does that have to do with Tory if you can't prove that Tory is actually saying or doing anything? It's PR's responsibility to change narratives, spin stories, and protect their client. So it's no different than Roc Nation. Roc Nation spent stories and did what they needed to do to protect their client. Public relations, public promotion, they take you from no one to someone, and they also are called the cleaners. They will clean up your image. If there's a bad story out there about you, a publicist that's good enough, that's really good, will get the whole narrative changed. They'll get out word to certain people, certain blogs and whatnot, and they'll post it so that it's on a big scale to where people know for a fact that this isn't true, or it is true, or this happened instead, but this is what it looked like type of situation. So this is when PR gets involved. It is their job. If their client is being told and called someone that popped out a woman, that wounded a woman with a weapon, then yeah, you're going to want to fix that if that's not what happened. If it did happen, then it's more so just preparing the rollout of like the apology, you know, whatever, things like that. So again, that's their job. So I'm confused with Megan saying that, oh, your PR's doing this, your PR's doing that. Well, that's their job. But it doesn't mean that Tory has anything to do with it. Sometimes your PR will just kick in, like they'll just do what they need to do. But again, it's like, what stories are you relating to? What are you talking about? She just kind of blanketed it.
And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. You really fucking dragging it. Motherfuckers talking about I hit this nigga. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like, you dry.
Side note, it's been proven that part of the altercation that was between Tory and Megan at Kylie Jenner's house had everything to do with Kylie and other women. I don't think that it was just Kylie, but I do think that Kylie was the main focus that made Megan get enraged. So that's been proven. Again, I don't understand why Megan just couldn't tell truths about things that other people are saying too, because then the stories line up. It's like one witness will say this happened at the Kylie party, and then Megan will speak on the Kylie party, and it's just the complete opposite. It's just like, what? And multiple people will have the same account as another witness that said that they saw certain things at the party, but then Megan will be talked to again, and of course, none of that happened. It's like, what? Still, I digress. I think Megan was looking for a reason to pounce on Tory at this point, just in my opinion, from what I'm observing, and also comparing it to the new evidence that has come out. I think that Megan was looking for a reason to jump out the gate and say that Tory had did this to her, because at that time, there wasn't any proof of anything. It was just a bunch of stories and allegedlys and, you know, all of that. And Megan wasn't being forthcoming besides stating that it was glass. And then she switched it. So yeah, I think that she was just looking for a reason to pounce on Tory, because she never named anything specific in this live that Tory did or said or had shared on a blog or had his publicist share on a blog that had her coming forward stating what she was stating. I think that the ridicule on the internet that was happening to Megan made her feel that, and her publicist, the people at Roc Nation, her team, made her feel that a lot of this will go away if you say what happened. And if Megan was going to say what happened is Tory wounded her, then that will get people's focus off of whatever allegedly went on at Kylie's party and whatever allegedly went on between you and your friend Kelsey, and put it onto him. Because at that point, Tory really wasn't being looked at as like a villain, you know, at that point. He was more so being looked at as a what happened. People wanted to hear what was going on, although people had a really good idea. But let's keep going.
No, I wasn't. Like, you dry shot me. Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 motherfuckers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This nigga in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car.
Side note, again, it's really frustrating to hear Megan not be honest. She stated that there is a witness that saw a majority of what she was just recollecting. And Sean, the witness, stated that there was 2 women fighting outside, not arguing. This was physical. And Megan still says, even then, when this first came out, that they were arguing. No, you were arguing in the car maybe. And I also think that that's where the altercation started. But it did come outside of the vehicle because the witness himself stated he saw 2 women fighting. Physical.
I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the back seat of the car started shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police. This did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house.
Side note, again, I think it's important to call a person out when they need to be called out, because you'll forget what they are saying, because you'll get lost in the story. Again, she states that there was a witness. Then why is her account from the witness account so different? And it's the same thing at Kylie's party. The witnesses that were there, their stories are completely different from Megan's, but their stories match. So everybody that has an account of what they saw and what they heard at Kylie's parties match. But when it comes to what Megan said happened at Kylie's party, is polar opposite. And it's the same thing with this witness. The witness stated that he saw 2 women basically physically tussling with each other, but couldn't exactly make out why it was happening or exactly who was harming who worse, but because it was dark. But he does know for a fact that he saw 2 women fighting. Okay. Megan says, you want me to tell you why they said it was glass? Why people running around with that? No, people are running around with that because you stated in your original statement from the hospital that it was glass in your feet, not shrapnels. That was you. So again, you should say, I'm the reason people are going around saying that it was glass, because nobody said that before you, Megan. Let's keep going.
Because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police. This did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, us black people.
Side note, Megan says that she was scared because the police were just taking black lives and, we black people inside of a car. To me, this is to gain sympathy and empathy from the audience, knowing that these things are true. It just wasn't her situation. Again, I do not understand why Megan just didn't tell the truth. She said the police were extremely aggressive and that they made her feel really uncomfortable. She was scared, etc. Watch this video. Again, this is proof that Megan is lying.
Yeah.
Avoid coming.
Hollywood and La Brea.
Where are your windows? Where are your windows?
Roll down all
1631 is at Hollywood and Formosa. Hollywood user responding on Hollywood only.
Turn the car off!
1631, do you have a vehicle description and license plate?
Roger, just gonna be a newer Cadillac Escalade, license plate A John, Ocean Union 580.
Keep coming back to the sound of my voice.
And Hollywood, they can stand by at either La Brea and Hollywood or
That passenger step out of the vehicle. I see you. That passenger step out of the vehicle. I see you.
Step out of the vehicle.
Get out of the vehicle. Hurry up. We're ready to straight man. Face away from us. Come out with your hands up. Okay, get out. Face away from us. Face away from us. Okay, keep moving back. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, stop. Move a little to the right. Get on your knees.
everything is stand by at either Hollywood or
Lay back. Arms out. All 69.
I know.
It's gonna be fine.
You see something?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's over here.
Raj.
Same here.
Is it, had it gone to slide lock because it was empty?
Yeah, it looks like it. Is it warm?
Yeah.
Has warm to touch. Detective Lanez gone on.
Okay.
Hey, Walker. Wanna go to the visitor? They need lighter. Empty? Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of burning.
What happened? We have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No,
As of right now,
we don't have any casings.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so
Nothing
what
yet.
you've been told.
Does it look like it stepped anywhere on here? Inside?
No,
not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
There's some blood up here.
yeah, no, there was a towel soaked in blood.
Okay.
Side note, that is the initial greeting from police that Megan, Tory, and others in the car that night got. The police never even approached the vehicle. They made them get out and walk backwards to the sound of their voice. Megan wasn't even compliant because of her injury to her feet. And again, if they were so aggressive, why weren't they being aggressive when you didn't come all the way to them? Because you fell basically to the ground, dropped to the ground due to your injury. They weren't yelling at you and telling you, you better get up and, blah, blah, blah. No, they treated you well. All of the police officers treated them well that night. Out of all of the body cams that are shown that night, the police were kind to them, and they had weapons, and they still did not get hurt nor harmed by the police officers. But leave it to Megan to go on here and try to make all police look bad. Again, there are some horrible cops out here that will do some heinous things to people, but there are also some good ones out here too. Like, let's not blanket everyone and make everybody bad people. They already do that to us as like black people. They just blanket us and make, because two people made a bad decision, that all of us are the same. So this was, again, a narrative that Megan was pushing instead of just telling the truth. She could have just said, we got pulled over, we got out of the car, I was afraid. She could have just simply said that, and trying to make it sound like the police were so aggressive and that how they apprehended them and they were trying to arrest her and take her to jail, although she had injuries to her feet. It's like, yeah, Megan, no, that didn't happen. Like, wow. Still, I digress. Let's keep going.
You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit. Why the fuck would I tell the laws somebody got a gun in this car and this nigga shot me? So I can get shot, you can get shot, she can get shot, he can get shot. I ain't tell the police what happened immediately right then because I didn't want to die. I don't want the police to shoot me because it's a nigga with a gun in the car. I'm leaking, I'm bleeding. Motherfucker, somebody, I'm lying, bitch. Did I pay a helicopter to come over me and record my feet leaking blood? No. How the fuck I'ma fake that? I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. The fuck? I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying shit crazy. The motherfucking doctor, the police finally let me go. I ain't go to jail. Them 3 motherfuckers went to jail. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet. The doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them, like, no, I didn't know I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that. Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth. Stop trying to come on the internet acting like a black woman, a grown-ass black woman, really got any reason to be lying on another grown-ass black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now. If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I've tried to save this nigga. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare another grown-ass black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now. If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I've tried to save this nigga. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare him. And y'all motherfuckers is not sparing me. That's crazy. That's fucked up. I go through so much shit on a daily basis anyway. Then to have to get on the motherfucking internet where I'm just trying to make my music, do my shit, pop my shit like the bitch I always been. And I'm trying to save niggas. And y'all on the internet talking about, oh, bitch, you ain't get shot. Oh, bitch, you this. Oh, free tour. That nigga not in jail. He not in jail because I didn't tell the laws what happened as soon as it happened. And I should have. I'm smart. I didn't have to spare that nigga. I don't have to spare nobody, but I did. And I'm done. Y'all asking where people at? Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Ask them why they not saying nothing. I haven't talked to the same people. Y'all worry about where they at. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. Ask that nigga why he not saying nothing. Ask that nigga why he not saying nothing. What the fuck he gonna get on here and say? Yeah, I shot her. Why? Tell him why you shot me. No reason. Stop fucking lying on me. Stop fucking acting like black women is the motherfucking problem. Stop acting like black women is aggressive when all they be doing is speaking the motherfucking facts and you motherfuckers can't handle it. Stop spreading lies. Stop getting on the internet acting like this shit your motherfucking diary. Stop lying on people. Truth motherfucking is, bitch, you shot me. You scared to come tell everybody that you fucking shot me, and you got your whole fucking team on the internet lying, trying to cover your motherfucking ass. And I'm tired of it. Stop doing that shit. Stop dragging me, and y'all motherfuckers don't even know what really motherfucking happened. Y'all niggas wasn't there.
Side note, at this point, how I'm thinking while watching this back now is that Megan was looking for a reason to go forward on Tory so that she can pin this on him to change the narrative of the story that was out there about her allegedly sleeping with her best friend's boyfriend or guy that she has shown interest in at that point in time. I think that the narrative paid out for Megan in the end with a man doing this to her over a woman. So Tory had no idea that Megan was going to come forward and say that she pop-out him, in my opinion, because Tory never said anything besides feeling sorry for Megan. He never really said anything about what happened and what transpired. I think he wanted to leave it to her to do because it was between her and her friend, allegedly. That's why I'm thinking that Tory didn't say anything because, again, she started off by saying it was glass and stuff like that. I feel like Tory was thinking that she was doing that to protect her friend Kelsey. Not that she was doing it so that she could switch it and turn it to he did it to her instead of Kelsey. Megan states in this live that Tory can talk. She's giving Tory permission to talk by stating, why isn't he live? Why isn't he saying something? Pushing the narrative that he's not saying anything because he knows he's guilty, when he's not saying anything because he just simply didn't do anything like that to her. Like, I didn't hurt you. I didn't harm you. So I have no reason to come forward and speak on what happened between you and your homegirl with that situation. Now, if you want to talk about how it all started, then yeah, my name will come up because it was basically over me. Tory was also being silenced in the background by Megan and Megan's team because as soon as Tory comes forward, because be careful what you wish for because you just may get it. So Tory comes forward and does this live and literally admits that he never did this to Megan, which Megan said that he wouldn't say that when he came live because he knows for a fact he did this to her. But the story changes once again. Let's get into what Tory Lanez had to say, Daystar Peterson had to say about that fateful night in 2020.
I just want to be able to talk to whoever it is that I need to talk to. So I'm going to give everybody like 10, 20 seconds, and I'm going to get to it. Try to get down. Go over there. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, so there's some things that I just want to say today. I think that they're very important, and I say, I know that there's been a lot of speculation about the things that I've been going through and how I've been dealing with them and the insensitivities of just me not like talking when y'all wanted me to talk and saying certain things. And I just felt like I owed it to my fans and supporters of people who, when they look at me and they look at me as a role model, I owed it to those people as a person to just like give them some sort of transparency and some sort of accountability of certain things. I feel like You know, for those who don't know, for the last 3 months of my life, I've been in this place where, you know, I've been bashed. I've been cut through, just people every single day coming at me. And it's crazy because the whole thing about it is like, when this whole debacle, or whatever you call it, came about, the whole time it's like, she knows what happened, I know what happened, and we know that what you're saying and what the alleged things and the alleged accusations of my name are not true. It's falsified information, it's false information, and it's not accurate information. I don't ever want to come off like I'm here to bash this girl, or I'm here to talk down about this girl, or ever be at a place where like I'm disrespecting her, because to me, as a person, she's still my friend. No matter what, even if she doesn't look at me like that, I look at her like she's still my friend. In the times that we were together or around each other, we've had nothing but joyous moments and good moments. So I'm not going to sit here and bash her. But at the same time, it comes to a certain standpoint of me as a person where it's like, yo, do y'all want me to just sit here and just allow my name to be assassinated, my character to be assassinated, everything that I worked for to get here to just be assassinated for something that I did not do? Something that the events that are being said are not even accurate and accurately being portrayed to everybody. The narrative, something that I did not do, something that the events that are being said are not even accurate and accurately being portrayed to everybody. The narrative that's being created to make me come off like I'm some monster is now what I'm having to live through for 3 months straight of just people just coming. And it's like, yo, I'm not here to beg no sympathy from nobody. I've never been one of those people. I'm not a person that's sitting here like, yo, everybody feels sorry for me. Like, nah. Because at the end of the day, if I did what they're saying I did, then by all means, I would say the same exact thing about me. I say that nigga's a bitch ass nigga. He doesn't respect females. He's a fuck boy. And that nigga deserves no respect, period. I've never been a person that all of a sudden, you know, is everybody all of a sudden like, yo, he's this guy who doesn't protect black women, and he's this guy who, but it's like he's this guy who doesn't care about black women. That's what the narrative has now switched into, and certain things like that. And it's like, hold on, I need y'all to really back this up. When have I not showed out for black women? The lead girl is black, from Say It to Love to now. Like, when have I not showed love to black women? I made 5 chicks tapes about black love, about a black relationship, about a ghetto relationship at that. Like, you feel me? Like, when did I become this person? Like, my favorite song on the last chicks tape that I put out was Beauty in the Benz. And that was a record that with Snoop Dogg that I loved. And instead of me even being inside of the video, like really take me in for a second. Instead of me even being in the video, and this is before all this, instead of me being in the video, I made the video all about the empowerment types of black women in the video, all shapes, sizes, colors, ages, that just shows the love in what I'm doing. And it's like all of a sudden a narrative comes out with no factual evidence, and all of a sudden I'm the whole movement of protecting black women. But I want to speak on, I'm not always in the right place to speak on things, but this is something that I went through. And so from the beginning of time, we've been in white woman, white girl and white man. I mean, Spanish man, Spanish woman, Indian man, Indian woman. When you guys start making it like put black men down and protect the black women, I'm not saying you guys, I don't mean to make it like, oh, you're attacking. But when we as a whole make it protecting black women means putting down black men, then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, who's going to protect black women? Who is supposed to be protecting black women? It has to be black men. It's not the white man. It's not the Spanish man. It's not the man who, it's not none of those. It's not the Chinese man. It's not none of those men. It is it's black men. It's black men. And I'm not saying that black men aren't the people who in times who aren't the people who inflict certain issues and mental issues and certain things that girls go through. Like, black men are very much the cause of a lot of things that women go through because of, at the end of the day, like the way we were raised, certain standpoints. Maybe we didn't have a parent around. Some things were just not here to, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, it's like you got to remember at the standpoint, if the man is supposed to be, and I say this loosely because I don't anybody take this out of context. If the supposed to be the head and a woman, in order for me to smell in your neck, I still need to be guided by a woman. So regardless, it's like I don't feel like I should be torn down. If anything, before y'all know the story, like learn the story first, learn the factual parts of the story first, and then come at me and be like, yo, you need to fix this and fix that if that's what you feel like I did. But instead I'm being torn down for a narrative that's like, now I'm the poster boy for I don't like black women. Let's start this off. When the original report came out, and it was a TMZ report about this, that, and the third, and there was gunshots in Kylie Jenner's house, and Tory Lanez goes to jail. They gave y'all all the facts of the juice of Tory Lanez going to jail, and this, that, and the third, and Megan getting arrested, and da-da-da-da. 2 days after that, I get a call from Rock Nation that says, yo, we heard you're going to make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that statement. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't understand what the issue of me telling my fans, like, yo, look, it's not that serious of a deal. I went to jail for whatever. 2 days later, the TMZ report come out. TMZ reports, and they have the surveillance now. Now they see the video of the arrest. You see Megan, you see me, and you see it's all sprawled out on the ground in bathing suits and blah, blah, blah. And everything I'm saying is public record. You can go back and look at this shit. You can go back and see it. Like, you feel me? So they say, oh, okay, you know, you see her out of the car, she's getting out of the car, she's hopping. It looks bad, bro. It looked good. It didn't make any of us look good. And I didn't want that for her. I don't see that for anybody. So all of a sudden, when we get arrested, or when it looks like we all got arrested, the memes start. Now I want to really bring you guys in for a second so you can understand something. And I really just want you to take this in. Like, she is a person I spent enough time with her to observe and understand something about her, where it's like she's going through a lot. She goes through a lot. She deals with a lot on her day-to-day basis. And because of that, she's not used to, you know, and not even just because of that, but just because of the fact that she's been praised so much. We've always looked at her as like, yo, that's hip-hop sweetheart. Like, she's nice, talented, whatever the case, cool. We've never seen a moment where she's always been praised. So action off of what's been going on. So it gets down to this point now where it's like, now the reports are starting to say, okay, harm and danger upon me, right? So, okay, cool. Like, all of a sudden, the affiliates of her circle start pointing like little subliminal fingers, like count your days, and like I won't be around, and you shooting at feet, and like little funny things that they start doing. And I'm kind of like, damn, hold on, where are y'all about to take this? Because y'all told me not to make a statement, so I'm trying to figure out where y'all taking me to. I don't get it. So then at this point she goes live because people are not really understanding the story or whatever cases. She waits. She doesn't go on, you know, a time when it's just a regular time. For y'all who don't understand, it was one of those things where me and her knew what was going on, but y'all didn't know what was going on. She went live on my birthday with all her jewelry on, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then she says, yo, you know, and the thing about the whole jewelry thing is like, my bad. She knew that it wasn't a situation where, like, she knew she had to do certain sympathetic things, I guess, to push the narrative. And I don't know who told her to do certain things like that. And I'm not the one who's trying to, like, ever point the finger at anybody. But when it really comes down to it, it's like, you went on live on your birthday, and then you said, on my birthday, and then you said, I got shot in my foot, and it didn't hit no bones or tendons. So everybody's looking at this, and again, the internet is a sick place. This is a place where people don't give a fuck about you. They do what they do. They antagonize, and they do what they do. You go in and you see you get shot in your foot, no bone tendons. The internet goes into an outrage because some people are like, hold on, how you not get shot? How you get shot in your foot and it don't hit no bones or tendons? Like, whoever is watching this, like, if you need to go on Google and look at a foot anatomy of bones and skeletons and tendons, you realize there's like 30 bones in your feet and like 100 tendons, some crazy number like that, right? So she now gets to this place where the people are like, hold on, and again, the internet is sick. The internet starts coming at her and saying, yo, show your feet, because we're seeing you at DJ Khaled's house and you're on your tippy toes, and then we're seeing that you're, you're antagonizing her. They're brutally coming for her, and not giving her, I guess, what it is that she needed. But it gets to this point where now she posts a picture of her foot. And she posts this picture of her foot. There's no exit wound. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the story. And she says under the post, you see, I got shot in the back of my foot because when I was walking away from the car, she says she puts this in capital letters. She says, I was walking away from the car and I got shot in the back of my foot. She doesn't ever show the other foot that she claims she got shot in. And I'm not trying to, again, I hate that this is coming off like I'm trying to come for her and whatever cases, but this is what I'm having to endure and watch when I'm knowing certain facts. So it gets to, it gets to this place where I'm just like, bro, like this is not me, and I don't deserve this. Like I don't deserve to have to go through this. Like I never have been somebody who's had domestic cases. I've never hit no woman. I've never had abusive cases with no woman. You can't pull those type of facts up on me. I don't have those. So it's like I just didn't understand why I'm going through this. So now it gets to this point where she posts this picture of her foot and everyone's seeing certain things and everyone's, saying certain things. Where's the surgical? You're not in the surgical room. And anybody who knows, I mean, this is like, it clearly had to be the first day that you've taken this picture. So if this is the first day that you've taken this picture, it's like, where's all the evidence? Why are you not in the surgical room? First of all, you're not even allowed to take pictures in a surgical procedure. That is against the law. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. So it gets to this point now where it's like, she says, I was shot from behind and, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, and I was walking away. And she puts that and then she deletes the post after. But that contradicts with the first post because you said somebody came out to hit you with malicious harm and danger, to put you in harm and all this danger and all this stuff. How can you identify who's shooting at you if you're facing the other way? How can you even identify criminal or malicious intent if you're not seeing what's going on behind you? That doesn't even make sense. And so it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yo, this is not right. Like, and I do see when people are getting at her, and there's times when I'm like, damn, like, do I help her or do I speak up and say, yo, don't talk about her, whatever the case is? But if I do that, then it's like I'm coming off like I'm guilty. And then if I say something about having remorse, like I would like to, or saying something about certain things, it's like I can take this in and understand like how this works at this point. When all this starts happening, LA Times, okay, this is put in public information. All the Instagram, fuck the other shit. This is just what's in the police report. So you gotta understand, like, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, wow, I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, like at the end of the day, like maybe some people might see this, maybe some people might not. It gets to academics, it gets to academics, it gets to Hollywood Unlocked, it gets to certain places, right? And she comes out with this tweet that says, keep talking and I'm gonna stop sparing you. It's like, my love, I have not been on the internet for 3 months. And then 30 minutes later, she just goes on live. And it's like me telling you, yo, keep talking, my nigga, and I'm gonna slap you. And then I just slap you. It's like, you didn't do anything for me to slap you. I just slapped you. So it's like, who was talking to? Who are you saying to keep talking with that? I lost my mother. And when I lost my mother, I realized one thing. When you lose a parent to people around you that are giving you parental guidance or things that feel like parental guidance, to believing that it is parental guidance and you go with it. That's happened to me. I've been at that place where I've listened to a lot of people that led me down the wrong road because it felt like parental guidance that I should have been getting from my mother or my father that at that time wasn't around, or whatever the case is. So now it gets to this point now, whatever the case is, boom, she comes out and she goes, listen, you guys and all this extra shit, this nigga keep talking about me. And I'm in the back, I'm over here watching this like, yo, what did I say? I didn't say nothing. I said nothing to you. It's nothing. This nigga keep talking about me, bro. And so you know what? Now we just gonna do it. This nigga Tory shot me, bro. This nigga shot me. He shot me. She gets into it. She starts breaking down the story. And I want y'all to pay close attention to how she breaks down the story. Okay? Really pay close attention. I'm tired of arguing with this nigga. We get into a heated argument. I'm tired of arguing with this nigga. I get out the car. This nigga get out the car and he starts shooting me. For no reason, he starts shooting me. So boom, then the cops pull us over and da-da-da-da. Hold on, let's take the first facts back for what she just said. So you mean to tell me that you're in a car with a person and this person is arguing with you? This person has gotten you to a place of like, yo, I don't even want to be around you. Like, I'm above this, I'm out of here. You get out of the car because the heated argument is so heated, and then this person gets out and shoots you in both of your feet, and you jump back in the car? Why would you jump back in the car with a dangerous man who just did a dangerous crime to you, who did this criminal intent to you, and all this? Why? With that, that to me just doesn't make sense. Okay, cool. Yo, I lied to the cops. I lied to the doctors. Let me tell you why they saying there's glass in my feet, though. Because I lied to the cops. I lied to the doctors. I lied to this, that, and the third. Ladies and gentlemen, I need us to really understand what she's saying here. You mean to tell me that these medical doctors that are in an ambulance that work on-site injuries 24/7 for all day, that have to know every type of on-site injury, the specifications on the type of on-site injuries, so they can treat it right? You mean to tell me you lied to these people and they just treated you for glass when you had a bullet in you? If that's what you're saying, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say they were dumb. You mean to tell me that the cops who were called for a gunshot in a Suburban or whatever the car was, found that same Suburban and found a gun in it, see you leaking, and didn't check you for bullet wounds? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say they were dumb. You then further said, yo, I'm at cotton mouth like a motherfucker smoking on this. You then say, oh, well, I was trying to protect this black man, so I never said nothing. I didn't want them to shoot me. I didn't want them to kill me. Okay, but when me and Kelsey and Quan were over there being questioned, you were in a stretcher. No one is going to shoot you in a stretcher. You had plenty of time to tell the cops that you were in danger. You had plenty of time. Protecting somebody who just heinously shot me after a conversation that we just had. My mind is not on protecting you. I'm bleeding from my feet. I'm thinking about protecting my own life, and I'm in danger. Why would you not say that with 2 feet bleeding from 2 bullet holes? From what you're saying? I don't understand that. I didn't want to put this black man on I didn't want to get him in trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm protecting this man and he keeps talking. And so now, and to make him look good and to make it look like hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, have I been around in the last 3 months saying anything? Have you seen in the last 3 months one article that made me look good during this? One? Have you seen it? You haven't seen it nowhere. Because at the end of the day, my PR team is not out here playing with my jeopardy of my life and freedom. Y'all are doing this for the internet. This is my life. I'm the only person with the case. They didn't allow my story to come out because it came off insensitive. I came off insensitive to people. Now I want to speak on this. I don't ever want anybody to ever think that I've been insensitive to Breonna Taylor. I marched 9 days straight in Miami for her and George Floyd. I would never, bro, I've mourned this woman as well. And everyone said, listen, we're mourning a black woman today and you dropped an album? How dare the disrespect? Guys, let's bring this back. That day that I dropped that album, my mom, that was her birthday. And that was also the day she died. So I was also mourning a black woman. My mother. That meant a lot to me. My name is Dave, a truthful album about what I'm going through. And I thought that people were going to be able to hear it and feel me, but they didn't do that. And I don't expect, everyone to just jump into my side, because at the end of the day, I didn't deserve that for the way that I handled this. But look, it gets to a point where it's like, I'm sorry that right now, like, this is getting me a little riled up. It's just like, I'm a human being, bro. Like, I feel what you niggas feel.
Side note, so after months of silence, Tory finally comes forward and speaks on the incidents of what occurred, because once again, Megan told him to speak. She said, why isn't he talking? Why isn't he live? So he decides to do that. And throughout this live, it's being chopped and whatnot because it's being reported the entire time he's live. He does get a few phone calls throughout the live, and I'm assuming that, like Tory said, Rock Nation contacted him and told him it would be in his best interest not to speak on what happened between he and Megan. And again, I think at that time, Tory thought that they were referring to what happened between, allegedly, Kelsey and Megan, that Kelsey is the one that powed her. So it would be in your best interest to not speak on that, to leave that to her or leave that to the women type of situation. So Tory obliged because he feels like, hey, me and Megan are still friends. Regardless, she may not look at me that way because of, and he's thinking at this point, she may not look at me that way because of what transpired between me, her, and her homegirl. Not she may not look at me that way because I wounded her, because I pointed a weapon at her and wounded her. Like, yeah, no, he's not thinking like it, because in his eyes, from the story that he knows to be true, none of that happened. So this is why he's coming forward. It's like, my character has been basically assassinated and I just have to sit back and just take it. But when Megan came forward and actually said he powed her, that he wounded her, this is what made Tory put the fire underneath him and his PR to say, no, you need to go forward and say something now. You need to say something, because before it wasn't he did it. It was assumed, but there was no proof or anything that he did it. And Megan also never said it was Tory. She just said that she had got pow. Once again, Megan being vague and omitting when she could have said, when she first came out in the little statement that she wrote and said that she was actually wounded, she could have said who actually did it. But instead, she left it to where it could have been Tory, Kelsey, or the bodyguard, Dewan. There's always three sides: his side, the other people's side, and the truth. And again, I do feel that Tory could have been way more harsh in what he was saying. I don't think he was harsh at all. I do think he genuinely felt bad about what happened to her. But in his eyes, he simply just didn't do it according to his part of the recollection. Megan gets angry and she has her PR make sure that the live was taken down, including an album that Tory had did, trying to kind of say what happened, but not fully letting us know, but giving us an idea into what was going on that night between himself, Kelsey, and Megan. There was definitely a love triangle going on, and two of the people involved were best friends. So it made things way more sticky than what led out to be. I do not feel that Tory said anything about Kelsey nor Megan because it was between them. So he like, y'all was fighting, y'all had a weapon. I was allegedly out of Kelsey's hands after she had fired it. So again, that's between y'all. Like, it's not literally me. Like, I didn't grab a weapon and point it at nobody or anything like that. No, I was yelling. I was irate. We were all yelling and arguing with each other at one point before y'all two decided to get physical. But that is all the involvement I had. Other than that, I didn't do nothing to you. And Megan kind of proved that point even in the hospital. Here's part of the updated information that's coming out. This is Megan Thee Stallion in the hospital telling police and first responders that she had injured herself on glass. I'm going to play the clip twice so that you can hear Megan herself state that this was glass that did it. Yet she's on the internet saying, y'all know why they saying glass? Y'all know why they saying it was glass? Yeah, because you said it. Let's go.
You were just one ball sticking in glass. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the argument. Okay. And then at that point, just your friends were running down and running to the hospital. You were just one ball sticking in glass. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the argument. Okay. And then at that point, just your friends were running down and running to the hospital.
As you hear, Megan said earlier that she had injured herself on some glass. She was not specific, and if it was like a bottle or if it was some liquor or if it was a glass that you drink out of, she was not specific. So she said that she had an injury due to glass. So this is where this was birthed. Nobody told her to do or say that. She did it on her own. Not even Rock Nation told Megan to say that because it all happened so fast. Before Megan could even talk to anybody like that, she was already at the hospital talking to police. All of that stuff was already going on. So if there was going to be a narrative created, it would have to be afterwards. And that makes sense into why Megan's story changed. Just in my opinion. Her PR told her to say that it was Tory if she was saying herself. I don't think her PR literally told her. I don't think Rock Nation said, say it was Tory even though it wasn't. No, I think Megan, in my opinion, lied to her publicist and to the team at Rock Nation and said that Tory did it instead of Kelsey. So then PR jumped onto it because, again, it makes a better story if the male did it to Megan instead of Kelsey. Kelsey's technically a nobody, just a friend of a star. But Tory is an actual star, and he could help Megan profit and change the narrative of her story if people heard that a male did this over a female. Two females getting into a cat fight and then a weapon going off during it. Don't get me wrong, it's still a story. It's still something people are going to talk about. But that ruins Megan's image, and she cares too much about her image to let herself fall like that. She wanted this fame. She wanted a career too bad to just let it crumble overnight after she had just worked so hard. One mistake and it's just like, dang, my career is basically over because everybody's going to look at me as like I stole my best friend's man and that I'm a harlot and that, you know, I'm basically a horrible person and a terrible friend by doing this. And then you got Tory being championed as a player that he's smashing two best friends, all this. So the image just looks horrible. Her image is tainted. So fix it. How do you fix it? You get PR and all of that inside of this story and have them spin it how they want to spin it. And how they wanted to spin it was Megan stating that Tory did it because Tory is a star, Kelsey is not. Tory is a male, Kelsey is not. So again, this is a harmless woman that was pow by an angry man with short man syndrome is how they were trying to push the narrative when Tory is saying that is the complete opposite. Like that is not what went down. And I have to believe Tory due to Megan's inconsistency. So at this point, I am more on the side of I do believe that Kelsey has something to do with powing Megan, not Tory. And let's get into Megan speaking to the police and even reaffirming how I'm more so in agreement with Tory.
The thing that you could stand on?
Like a step rail or something of the car? Because it was an SUV that the car you guys were in, right? So as the door is open, and he's
it's like he has to have like 1 foot inside of the car. Yeah. And he's like shooting over the door.
Over the door. And he's leaning over. And then when he's shooting over the door, you have a clear line of sight. And you see it's Tory, and he's holding the gun.
Yes.
Was anybody else standing next to him, or how was his positioning with it?
So it's the security guard driving, me and the passenger. Kelsey is behind me and Tory is behind the driver. Okay. So like he had to get over her to even shoot at me.
So was he out of the vehicle, or is it from
so
inside?
So you know how you can like stand out of the car, like you're like standing over the door. That's how he was
so
shooting.
Like the door's open.
Yes.
And then he would be standing in the threshold, kind of almost.
But like over the window.
Okay, but leaning over the window. So he's actually still
in the car.
But kind of. Gotcha.
I know. So you hear Megan with your own ears. She says, so he has to have, meaning you don't fully know. Because if you know, then you'll say, he was standing on the side of the car. He was using the rail or the step into the vehicle on the side of the car, the SUV, and he stood over. So that means that you watched, that you did see this happen with your own eyes. What it gives is while Megan was walking away, the powing happened. And when she turned around, she saw Tory and Kelsey. Because the witness even stated that when the weapon went off, that all of them were outside of the vehicle, including the security guard. So again, how are you saying in your statement that you turned around basically and only seen Tory when Kelsey and Tory were allegedly fighting over the weapon? That means you would have saw the both of them, not just Tory. She names Tory and she also says he has to have, meaning you are not sure. That is not a certain statement like I'm certain that this happened. You're certain that you saw Tory. How did you miss everybody else outside of the vehicle? Like, why not state that? Like, you saw Tory powing you standing outside of the door and you saw Kelsey. What was Kelsey doing? What was the bodyguard doing? Like, because you were out the vehicle. The car had to stop in order for you to get out the vehicle, and you were not driving. You were in the front seat. So again, how did you just see Tory? And why aren't you certain of his stance if you said you saw it? It makes sense to not be certain how he did something if your back is turned to him, which would have made more sense. I feel that Megan is stating that she saw him do it so that she can pinpoint him and say, oh yeah, it was him who did it, so that she could save Kelsey while throwing Tory underneath the bus. And it was messy. And why I say it was messy is because Kelsey never came forward and said that Tory did it until court. Until the trial happened, Kelsey never said a word about Tory doing this to Megan. What Kelsey was doing diss tracks against Megan, and Megan was shading her as well in her own songs. So how are you beefing with a person that you said had nothing to do with who pow-powed you, but you were basically quiet when it came to Tory? So who were you actually trying to protect? Who was Kelsey trying to protect besides herself? It's the same thing with Megan. Megan was trying to protect her reputation with this situation, and Kelsey was trying to protect herself from going to jail. Tory is technically, allegedly, an innocent bystander in this situation, was the sacrificial lamb in this story. If Megan can come forward and say that Tory did this to her, there's no reason that Kelsey couldn't have said it. But how can you when they're beefing? Megan even had her hotties and other people that support her going after Kelsey, saying that Tory was paying her to be silent and that Tory was buying her necklaces and jewelry and giving her money, blase, blase. But why would Tory need to do that when at the end of the day, Kelsey is the corporate, allegedly? She's the culprit. So why do I have to protect her? Why do I have to pay her, give her anything to say anything or not say anything when I didn't do nothing to nobody? It would have made more sense for Megan to be paying Kelsey to be quiet because allegedly Tory didn't do this. So again, I digress. How is Megan not to blame for a lot of this stuff and misinformation that has went around, but she's mad at the public for going with what they put out there? Because we didn't know much. We only knew what y'all said. So again, whose fault is this, Megan? Is it the public's or is it yours? In the next clip, you're going to hear from a witness that actually saw the physical altercation between Megan and Kelsey, and also heard the weapon sound off and saw the weapon flash, right? So listen to what the witness says. I'm going to play it a couple times so you can hear.
Wait, no, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't know they were on my side. The girl opened the door, there's two girls fighting, and then they shot. Okay. She got out of the car and crawled over. Wait, no, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't know they were on my side. The girl opened the door, there's two girls fighting, and then they shot. Okay. She got out of the car and crawled over.
The witness said two girls were outside of the vehicle getting into a physical altercation. And then he said the weapon went off. That is not the same account that Megan said. Megan said that Tory got outside of the vehicle, but still inside the car. So halfway out of the vehicle, standing on the step on the SUV, and fired the weapon at her as she was walking away because she said she was done arguing, etc. The witness said no. It was two females fighting, and during the altercation, a weapon went off. The weapon went off. So that means that one of them had it. Rather it was Kelsey or rather it was Megan. But that's not Tory. He said nothing about a male having a weapon, but he did state that a male was outside of the vehicle. Why not say that the male was pow-powing? He did not say that. He said that it happened while the two girls were into the altercation. Let's add insult to injury. Again, this is not to bash Megan or anything like that. There's just a lot of inconsistencies, and I want to talk about them because I feel that you should give an unbiased approach while giving content. Sean Kelly, the witness, also states that the girl pow-powed the weapon. This is another account from the witness, Sean Kelly, that saw this altercation. I want you to listen. This is another audio of Sean Kelly repeating that a girl pow-powed the weapon, not a man, a girl. Let's get into that.
Then the gun, then the girl shoots into her. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so... But then the guy gets out again. Then the gun. Then the girl shoots into her. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so... But then the guy gets out again.
So again, Megan's story is not true, because why does the witnesses all have different accounts from Megan's account? Everybody's not lying, but one person can be. And I do feel that is Megan. Like, to be honest, I haven't seen Megan be honest, you know? She went on Gayle King and said that there was never anything sexual that happened between her and Tory, although Kelsey admitted it. Tory admitted. Megan is the only one that doesn't know that she had sexual relations with Tory Lanez. She's the only one that doesn't know that. So again, you have to take all of those things into consideration. So let's jump back into Sean Kelly. Megan said that Tory stood outside halfway out of the vehicle, standing on the step of the SUV, and pow-powed the weapon at her. She said nothing about Kelsey being present during that, meaning she must have still been in the vehicle, and the same thing with the bodyguard. But Sean Kelly says that these two females, even the night of, y'all heard the night of, him give his account, and then you just heard this a few days later, him also give the same account, saying that these two women were fighting each other, and then the girl had the weapon in her hand and she fired it, not Tory. Why is this not being called out? Like, why? This is so crazy to me. And then when people say that Tory's being railroaded, people want to use the she's a black woman, protect black women. Absolutely, she is a black woman and black women need protection, but no one deserves to be lied on, and no one deserves to be in jail for nothing, all because they were present at something that they didn't have anything to necessarily do with within that moment. Yeah, he was involved in the scandal, but he wasn't involved with allegedly Kelsey taking that weapon and doing what she allegedly did to Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, how much more proof do you need to know that this needs to be re-looked into? This needs to be a new investigation done on what actually happened, because there's more. Let's get into that. Kelsey's bodyguard comes forward and states that he can't keep this on his chest anymore, but he has to tell the truth. And in telling the truth, he states that there was a conversation that he heard with Kelsey and her husband, and Kelsey said that she fired the weapon 3 times at Megan Thee Stallion. I repeat, Kelsey Nicole's bodyguard came forward and confessed to Tory and United about knowing information about Kelsey firing that weapon 3 times at Megan that night. Let's get into that.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
So who do we believe here? Do we believe Megan or do we believe Tory? With the inconsistencies, I would say I would believe Tory, because look at all of the evidence that has been held back. Look at all of the witnesses that didn't testify, and look how they try to silence Tory. Why silence somebody that you know is guilty of something? No, let him speak, let him run amok and incriminate himself so that we can lock him up for good once he gets caught up in court. And that's not what happened. Tory didn't testify because his attorneys advised him not to. That is the only reason he did not get onto the stand. But we already knew based off of his live what he would have said when he went up there on that stand, which was he did not do it. Tory, in my opinion, was railroaded in this situation, and it's very unfortunate because, again, I don't have anything that would prove Megan to be telling the truth when she has lied so many times. The only thing that Megan has been consistent with this story is lying. That's honestly, if you look at all the information that I just showed you, and don't fret, this is just part 1. There's more. When I said there's way more information, there's way more information. So we will continue to survive Megan Thee Stallion. Again, this video is not to bash Megan. I am not here to try to turn people against her or anything like that. Not at all. I'm just putting the facts out there and giving my opinion based off of what I see. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would be doing the same thing to Tory Lanez. If he said Megan pow-powed him and that wasn't true allegedly, and there's things that can prove that that may not be true, I'm going to go to bat for her. I'm going to be like, look, Megan said this, but look what Tory said, and da-da-da. So I feel that it is important to be unbiased with these type of conversations. So we will do a part 2, and we will talk about the things that Megan actually told the truth about. She didn't lie about everything, but just the majority. But she does have some consistencies to where she may have been truth-telling throughout this situation. I love you all. Again, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. This is not to bash you, or anything like that, sweetheart. I'm just getting to the story. This is what we do as bloggers. Until the next show, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all on the next show. Bye.